But I do, and I like sort of switching around and using different stuff. I think potentially when the Deutz gets too old, we'll probably replace it with a different brand. We have, I think Oakfield, we use Lexian harvesters just because they weren't in the game. Last season we used a Fendt harvester till close to the end. I can't remember what we used at the end of that one. Oh, we used the big Fendt, yeah. I had a small Fendt and then someone bought out a big Fendt, so I used that. But they weren't the sort of the AGCO ideal harvesters which come in black. They were Fendt harvesters that come in green. Go forward, let's not lower that too close to the ground. How are we doing? Minus 25. We're halfway across this field. But I started it after game lunchtime, so I think I spent all of this morning selling all of the silage bales that we had. Hence our huge amount of income and our disappeared loan. So we don't have any debt, which I'm happy with. I could buy, I'm now at a point where I could borrow some money if some equipment came up and I decided, yes, I can't do without that piece of equipment for the coming year. But yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, we'll pick stuff up as we go. We'll trade stuff in. I am pretty sure that we are going to be making the expense of buying GPS for the John Deere. And then also upping its engine power to, I think 388 is the just before 400 horsepower point, which is the kind of horsepower level we had on our biggest tractors in LR series. In both the AGCO and the class. But that would then fulfill one of our big tractor requirements. Our requirements for one big tractor. I kind of want two eventually, because we do tend to spread the work and have a lot of field prep and seeding going on simultaneously, and I need a big tractor for both those jobs. So rather than queuing up the jobs over a number of days, I can get them done as quickly as possible. And so I will probably try and avoid having a class 900. Might put in an 800 as a mid-size, possibly to replace this when it gets too old. It's it's kind of up there. I don't have any real hard and fast plans for equipment, and at this stage I'm buying the equipment I want off the used market most of the time. Occasionally we'll come up with an issue of it's really high time I replace my seeder as an example, so I'm just going to I'm just going to buy one new. But if one comes up, then, well, yeah. If it's what I need, I'll take it. Okay, how are we doing? We're still... I'm also hoping that once this field is clear of rocks, I'll be able to pull out the slurry tanker and probably get some slurry on the ground before the ground freezes. Because this field is very low on nitrogen, and the pH is very bad too. Did I do 26 already? No, don't think so. And that's the problem. Because I think we'd be okay spreading slurry on this field now. Then come spring, when the ground's just warming up, we can throw some... are we full? We're full again. We can throw some lime on it. We are on 26. Okay. And then we'll drop some seed in. Wait till the crop germinates and spray the field. And probably deal with the weeds again. 26, I think we were on. Looks like it. Okay. Was it 26 or 25 I was supposed to be doing? Looks like this one looks okay. Okay. Of course, I could look at the map and see how the field's little yellow and red spots are doing. I was considering rolling this field, but unfortunately there are lots of small rocks and a smattering of large rocks, and so I figured it probably wasn't going to work out us doing rolling the rocks. And another reason for me doing this job is, quite frankly, there's not a lot I can do until this field's cleared. I said, there's no indication of what crop was previously on this field, so I don't have anything to aim at a crop rotation for. I may go sorghum, because that was kind of a good crop that we did last year. I could go canola, but canola is probably better planted in autumn, fall, just because the harvest point. If we actually look, canola will harvest in August. Will harvest in July if you plant it in August or September. If you wait until March and April, it's a September harvest, which can put you heavily into, I have got so much work to do that I can't find the time to do it all in 1 month type of thing. Kind of what Virtual Farmer's having issues with on his Attingham Park series, where he's having to do everything in September. And obviously his plans for his next year is to spread the planting out so that you don't have to do it all on the same month. And it's something we've got very used to doing in previous Saturday series, where I will get, I spread the harvesting out, I spread the planting out, I spread the field. I tend to queue the field work directly behind the planting when I have enough equipment to do it with. So long as I've got a tractor that can haul, I've got a tractor that can plough or cultivate, and it just means that jobs are happening on the fields immediately, kind of like the way Millennial Farmer's been doing it in the last week. As the fields have finished harvesting, he's got the tillage equipment out there doing its thing. I think the thing is with him, most of his crops are spring plant, so his fields are going to be fallow over the winter, but he wants to get them all chopped in so that they're ready to go as soon as spring comes. And obviously the problem with Minnesota is it's frozen until very late in the day, and so as soon as the ground unfreezes, you are really looking at, I need crops in the ground pretty much immediately. We don't have that issue in FS22 most of the time, so as soon as March comes around, we can actually start planting. There's almost never any inclement weather. And I will admit, I might be doing some of these rows more than once. And then as far as binge watching is concerned, I am now on season 7 of Stargate SG-1. And it really boils down to, I had seen maybe 2 episodes in each of seasons 5 and season 6. I just hadn't watched the show during those seasons. And I think the early part of 7 I also skipped some of the episodes, although I may have missed a lot of them. It's kind of weird. It was a show I pretty much watched all the time, but I'm seeing episodes I've never seen before. I thought I watched all of these. So it's interesting to see what I missed out on. I missed out on things like Teal'c Symbiont being removed and him going on Tritonin. I missed the whole Tritonin story of, where did that come from? And I do remember watching the show the first time around and thinking, okay, what happened to the Symbiont and what's this drug that Teal'c's now taking? Where did that come from? Of course, I missed the death of John Delancey's character, which was befitting a bad guy. Okay, how are we doing? 560. I may. It's the thing, the rocks are not uniform on this field, so I may clear 2 rows, and I may just clear half of one. It is getting dark. I may not. We may skip to tomorrow and see what state the ground is in. Obviously, if the snow doesn't settle, then it's probably not frozen. And I might be able to do some... Oh, we are definitely going to run out of capacity here. And there we go. We are on the 35. So I think our slurry tank has an injector on it. So long as the injector works on the ground, we are good. Okay, did I say 35? Maybe. Yeah. We did kind of end up on the top end of 35, so I might as well run the entire row this way. I had actually started watching Stargate SG-1 with Teenage Osa, because obviously that's a show from before she was born. Unfortunately, she keeps getting grounded, so yeah. I'm willing to hold up a show for a week or two, but she's been grounded for a couple of months, so yeah, that's not a thing. Or at least I don't see why I should be punished for her misbehaving and not keeping her school grades up and all those fun things that teenagers need to do if they want to graduate. Let me seems to be working. But But we have implemented her. She does get the opportunity to work off her grounding by doing stuff, which unfortunately she also hasn't been doing. So yeah, it's a thing. And then next week, Mrs. Osa has to go into the hospital for a CAT scan. So that's a good thing. Because we think that's what she's or the doctors are waiting on before they do her surgery. So hopefully that will be scheduled soon. Although again, we're just coming up to Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is when she spent a lot of time in the hospital last year, and it was sort of Thanksgiving's on Thursday, and we would kind of like you to vacate your bed so we don't have to look after you for Thanksgiving, which isn't fun when you're on a fairly major abdomen surgery. I don't know. This one? Looks like this one. Oh. I have the wheel turned too much. There we go. Okay, that's good. So we might end up with her struggling around for the next couple of months, and then having surgery in January maybe. We're hoping not. We'd like to get it all out of the way, obviously. And come on, that one, thank you. Well, we're missing quite a bit here by the looks of it. That's a little bit annoying. Okay, there is a piece there. There is some more there. Okay, now back across 2 rows. And back on the line. I mean, I could always come back out here with a bucket just before planting in spring and nab what little amounts of rockage remains on the field, I guess. I want 42. And then, so we've got about 5 rows left, I guess. Might have to empty the bucket one more time. Yay. The next one? I'm afraid I wasn't paying attention to numbers. Oh. I might be okay. Oh no, not okay. Well, let's go all the way to the top and we'll grab 33 on the way back. How about that? And the thing with rocks is I still haven't figured out what creates what types of rock. And that also might be a function of the map and the piece of equipment you're using, not just the piece of equipment. Okay, oops. Okay, that was 43. We did 44, so 45 is the next one. Looks like 46 is a row I haven't done yet. I did do a couple of laps on the field just to give me a little bit of turnaround space, but obviously I was not using GPS at the time because, well, the Massey Ferguson doesn't have any. And that is the end of the row. Whoa, sunset. Turn off GPS.